Good morning, Blue Shoe Crew. It is Drew, and you are wondering, this doesn't look like a normal magic video, and you are right. You see, with kids now back in school, with school back in session, my busy summer season is officially over. So I'm taking a little bit of a camping break. That's right, we are up here at Wolf Gap Rec Area, right in the mountains by Woodstock, Virginia, on the border of Virginia and West Virginia. We are gonna go on a hike up to the big top of the mountain. It's a beautiful view, I've been there before, and I'm gonna reminisce on some of my favorite summer memories. So let's go. So the start to my summer season was at the end of May for Memorial Day. I got invited to Pohick Regional Campground. We did a magic show for all the campers, and that weekend it was pouring down rain. But despite that, about 50, 60, even 75 people came to watch the magic show in the pouring rain. So I'm so thankful for you guys. That was a great start to the summer. The next big event on my summer was in June. I went to Charlottesville, Virginia. We started out with a show in Alexandria, Virginia for one of my favorite summer camps. Then we went down to Charlottesville. We used that night to explore the town, see what their skate park has to offer. Then the next morning I got up and entertained a great group of kids at the UVA Children's Center. And just like this trail is a bit of a test for the blue shoes, I tried to test myself this summer, push myself as hard as I could. Of course, there was already a big test with COVID, but I would say the blue shoes have survived. Earlier in 2021, I did a virtual show for a school in Washington, D.C., and a 3-year-old girl was so excited. She loved the show so much, she begged her parents, and her parents hired me to do a backyard show. It wasn't even her birthday, it wasn't anybody's birthday. They just invited a few neighborhood kids, and we had a fantastic time. Sometimes the best finds are off the beaten trail. That's right, I got invited to Bluemont, Virginia this past summer. I performed a big magic show for their summer camp at Bluemont Community Center. I've never been to Bluemont, but of course, it's blue, so I had to have loved it. They had a fantastic audience, a big stage, and a wonderful staff. So thank you, Bluemont, Virginia. Even when I wasn't out performing shows, I was always improving myself. I built 2 new tables, if you guys saw those videos. I created a lot of new tricks, as well as Nuggets created a new spaceship. And I even learned how to balance on a basketball. Check this out. The next big adventure this summer was going all the way down to Hendersonville, North Carolina for the Blue Stars camp. I performed some magic, I toured the city, of course I hit up the skate park, I had delicious food, and of course there were some beautiful mountain views down. So thank you for everybody down at Hendersonville, North Carolina for the hospitality. I hope to see you guys soon. I then went back to Pohick Regional Campground for a 4th of July magic show. This one was a little sunnier, still a little overcast, but we had a great audience, a great magic show, if I may say so myself, with a little bit of red, white, and blue mixed throughout. This summer, I was also lucky enough to go down to Spotsylvania Courthouse, Virginia, down by Lake Anna in Fredericksburg, and I performed 2 very fun shows for their daycare down there. I remember it was a very hot and sunny day, but the kids were all having a great time. They had a great setup with a little tent above, so, you know, the sun really didn't matter. Can't wait to visit you guys next year. Another great memory is performing a virtual magic show for a school in Pennsylvania. I did a whole behind the blue shoes video on how I set up all these virtual magic shows wherever I go. And I already have a few more virtual bookings for this fall. And as we are getting to a view of the Virginia side of the mountains, this reminds me, going back home to the city of Fairfax. I had a great show at their Kids Corner this summer. We had a huge turnout. I even had one of my magician friends come to watch the show. Thanks, Linda. We had a great turnout. Kids of all ages came. The water fountains were on. The sun was out. And we all had a great time. So thank you, City of Fairfax, Virginia. Probably someplace, right around there. That's where, see you guys. I'll see you soon. And as we are getting back into the thick of it, yes, I did make a TikTok this summer. Then I forgot about it for a while. Then I remembered it before forgetting about whatever, But I do have to say a big thank you to all the people who hired me for birthday parties this summer. Those are my bread and butter. So thank you guys. I hope to celebrate your next birthday as well. Next up, I went to Martinsburg, West Virginia for my good friend Tony M. Music, who hosts the summer series Martinsburg Rocks. That's right, evidently I must rock because this is my third or maybe fourth year at Martinsburg Rocks. Even last year, we had a virtual Martinsburg Rocks. So thank you, Tony M. Music. It is always a pleasure. Martinsburg is a beautiful city. I took a little tour, I had a little bit of food, and of course I found their skate spot. So thank you, Tony M. Music. Hope to see you soon. And as we are making it to the final ascent up to the view, this reminds me of the last big event of the summer, the Arlington County Fair. I have so many great memories from the fair, I definitely won't be able to fit them all in this video, but to name a few of them. So last August, I performed a virtual magic show for a kid's 3rd birthday. And then this August, the whole family showed up to my magic show, and it happened to be the day right before his birthday, and I'm so glad I recognized them, and I had him help me with the grand finale magic trick. That was a great surprise. There was also a girl who showed up about 30 minutes early to a magic show, sat in the front row, and it was her birthday, so of course I had to have her help me with the grand finale trick of that show as well. And then, I remember we had 4 summer campers come running up to me on Friday, I think it was, before a magic show, and they recognized me from previous years. They wanted to see a magic trick. Unfortunately, they had to leave for their summer camp before the magic show actually started, so of course I gave them an exclusive, personalized magic trick just for them, as well as souvenirs. It's always great to run into some fans. Speaking of fans, then I had another assistant helping me after a big rainstorm. It was dry then, but apparently on top of the tent, there was a pool of water. And unfortunately, him and I were standing right under the pool of water. So when the next wind blew, which happened to be when we were counting to 3, all that water came splashing right down on both of our heads. But as I said in my last video, he was a great sport. Instead of crying like I would have done at his age, he just laughed it off. Maybe he thought it was part of the show and it was just a prank. I don't know, but either way, he was a great assistant. And one more memory from the Arlington County Fair, when at the end of a trick, this 2-year-old girl wearing these big sunglasses, and she was super chill, she just wandered up to the stage. And normally I don't do this, normally my shows are from ages 3 and up, but she looked like the perfect assistant, so she volunteered herself. And she was a great assistant. I had her help me with the big chicken spaceship trick. When we sent Nuggets, the chicken, up to space, he flew over her head and landed in the magic hat on the other side of her. So as we are getting to the top of the mountain, we are concluding the summer season story video. That's right, we are crossing the bridge into the next season of fall. So thank you to each and every one of you who joined me this summer season, whether you came to a show or simply just followed along with the vlogs. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. So I need to say a great big thanks to everybody who followed along. I hope to see you guys next season, fall, Halloween season. And look. Beautiful. What a summer it has been. Wow. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope to see you guys very soon for the fall season stories. Peace. Until then. Kidding. I'm not about jumping. Ooh. Wow, what a trip. We don't have to like climb back down now, do we? Whoa. Don't worry, it's not sweat. Just blue shoe juice.